Guten Tag, ciao, and hello. Welcome to this Rebellion of the Rim campaign update. This is Act 1, Round 2, and in case you haven't watched the other videos, go ahead and do so, but we'll take a quick look at the map at how it was at the start of Act 1, Round 2. So, Megiddo and Mancala are Imperial and Rebel bases, respectively, in Sectors 1 and 2, respectively, as well. Rhodia in Sector 3 is a Rebel base. Sullust in Sector 4 is Imperial base, and Smuggler's Run in Sector 4 is a Rebel base. Act 1, Round 1 saw the Imperials winning at Geonosis, playing prototype recovery there, and the Rebels winning opening salvo at Utapau. And then in Sector 5, Bespin, the final Imperial base there, they assaulted Endor, which we threw on purpose to trigger understrength bonus at Endor, so that is Rebel presence here. That pilot defection ability was played. So Titus Tass, the Interdictor Gladiator player, assaulted that position there. And then both teams took a Diplomat's token where they had one. None of the battles actually resulted in strategic effect tokens, interestingly enough. So that's really, and then I think we doubled up on resources, and then the Rebels took skilled spacers from Mancala, and then Spynet they had to take Spynet. So that's what it was like at a macro level strategy at the beginning of round 2. And we spent our diplomat since we were the assaulting team, the Rebels spent their diplomats first, and they put it in Sector 3, and then we put our diplomats down in Sector 3 as well. So our first assault was at Lothal, so we were looking to get some squadrons here. Titus Tass was assaulting Lothal with Tom Ulleran defending. Titus was able to add some good stuff to his fleet last battle. He did lose it, but that was a little bit on purpose to trigger the understrength bonus. And with the understrength bonus, that gave him 3 XP, so he's able to get Ion Technician for his fleet, for his commander, and then able to pick up Grav Shift Reroute, as well as the G7X Grav Well. That's the Speed 0 upgrade. And then finally he picked up Ordnance Experts because he split the location reward due to understrength bonus. So that was a great boon to him. And then Tom Ulleran, coming off a fresh victory at Utapau, was picked up, did not spend any of the experience he had won. I think he had 2 or 3 experience from that. And then I believe it's just 2 actually. And then he picked up for his flagship Enhanced Armament. So that command cruiser will have a 4th red die out of its side right there. So that is the fleets heading into the battle. As the assaulting player, Titus Tass chose Holonet Override, which is a green objective, campaign objective that is. And the second player places all the obstacles, so that was Tom Ulleran, and the station must be placed beyond distance 1 of all obstacles as normal, and beyond distance 5 of both players' edges, similar to Contest Outpost. So Tom didn't place it directly on his, essentially just beyond distance 5. He didn't place it as close as possible. He placed it a little more centrally, because I think he was expecting coming hot and fast. But that's not how he ended up playing because of Grav Shift Reroute. So why is this station important? The station does not have the ability to discard damage cards or recover hull points, but each ship can resolve the following effects. Or engineering, if you are at distance 1 to 2 of the station, you may spend engineering points or to place or remove. I call it flip, essentially. Essentially, tokens go onto the station in favor of the assaulting player, and then the defending player flips them over. Or onto the objective card, not the station. But so for each 2 points you spend, you may place or remove 1 objective token. So, as a master engineer, Titus Tass, an interdictor, was able to do a lot of work on the station. It's so much work, and each victory token is worth 10 points. So much work. He put 19 tokens on the station, on the objective. 19 tokens. That's 38 engineering. That's incredible. What a beast. Tom Lauren was only able to flip 5 of them, so net score was 90 points from the objective. In addition to that, Titus did not lose a single ship or squadron, which is just Tel Travura. It was the Demolisher was able to kill the MC-80 Space Pickle there, and really it was a close game in terms of how big it could have been. So net score in that was, I'm losing my mouse here. Net score in that was pretty high. Margin of victory was 206. So just shy of picking up 4 experience points there, really. Titus with a big win, securing 3 experience. So that was the Battle of Lothal. And then next up, we had Kessel being assaulted by Rax Dolast, who assaulted Geonosis last time. And Kessel was Rax picked up Gold Squadron to add to his fleet, which is, you know, the unique Y-wing without tokens. And then he did not spend any experience he earned after last battle. He did take the Skilled Spacers token though, because he is taking low morale here. Oh, I forgot to speak. I forgot to mention something. At Lothal, that gave Titus Tass low morale and low fuel. He chose low fuel and was deployed at speed 1, by, you know, Tom Oleron's declaration there. So anyways, back to Kessel. Low morale was the only thing that Rax Dolast picked up here, so he took the Skilled Spacers token so he could, you know, get rid of that. And then but that doesn't happen until the management phase. So at Kessel, he played Volatile Cargo with Tyrius Tulania defending, and Tyrius, just coming off of the loss at Utapau, was had picked up quad battery turrets. So, you know, 5 points modification. If a ship is going faster than you, you get to throw an extra die. So the objective was Volatile Cargo, which is a tough one no matter who you are. So if you're not familiar with that, so the defending player place obstacles down as normal without station. Then the defending player chooses 3 of their ships or squads to mark with an objective token. And then if the first player kills that squadron or ship, that they get a victory token. But while an objective ship or squadron is defending before it suffers damage, it may reduce the total damage by 1. If the defender is destroyed during that attack, each other ship and squadron at distance 1 to 2 of the defender suffers damage equal to half the number of hit icons in the attack pool rounded up. The first player gains 1 victory token. So how this battle went down was some really big hits coming in here. And then at the end of the game, the second player gets 2 victory tokens for each objective ship or squadron at distance 1 to 3 of the first player's edge. So basically, if you get in the enemy's deployment zone, you get like a mercy mission type objective. So this one was a lot of fun for Tyrius because he was able to, you know, mark all 3 of his ships as objective ships and essentially neutralize most of the damage coming in. In fact, the Star Destroyer was attacked many times and ended pretty much at full shields. By contrast, the Gazanti did go down pretty quick, but it did survive a lot longer than one would expect when it was double arced by an MC-30 and at long or medium range of a CR-90. So that thing barely went down like turn 4 or so, but by that time the CR-90 was deleted off the table right afterwards, which is a trade up, and the Architon was set to score in the end zone. Tyrius did try to hunt down the MC30 to avoid that thing being able to veteran, because it did kill the Gazanti, but he was unsuccessful in doing so. So that was a close match, and there was some really big roles involved there in that game. Like the CR90 just got absolutely nuked. I believe the score here was 69 to no, that was it was 74 to 40. So it was a 34-point game, really close overall, especially given the objective. But ultimately, the MC30 was able to escape with like 2 hull. So good piloting there from Rax Stolas. Was able to secure the veteran on the MC30 as well as the admonition title, is what he ended up choosing. And then Tyrius ended up choosing not just 1 but 3 officers using our base reward. Chose Expert Shield Text for the Simoon, chose Darth Vader officer for the Gazanti, and chose Admiral or Captain Nita for the Architon. So 8 points of, from our Sullust base allowed him to do so, to get that. And then gosh, what's next? Yeah, so that was a good battle there. He was able to pick up 2 experience, or 1 experience there, and then Rax Stolas was able to pick up 2. And then the third battle coming in was at Conquered Dawn, as border world of Sector 1 and Sector 2. That was myself attacking, Ilya and Lorena, and Biggest Dickus was defending. I had just picked up, gosh, what did I pick up last game? Oh, I picked up an officer. So I picked up Commander Vanto, and then Emperor Palpatine is sitting in my armory, I guess. And then I did not take any experience upgrades, but Biggest Dickus did. Biggest Dickus picked up. He did not yet. Sorry, I apologize. So Biggest Dickus ended up taking Kate and Sholin for his MC75 and Ordnance Experts to store in the armory. Because again, we have a house rule where unequipped upgrades do not count towards fleet score, I guess. Granted, if they unequip everything, I'll probably, injunct, but that didn't happen, or I hope that doesn't happen, because I don't want to make an injunction there. So anyways, I chose the pilot defection, which, as you should be familiar with. So I can attacking player gets to choose up to 40 points of squads across 3 squads to add to the second player's fleet. I chose 2 Z95s and a Y-wing. I kind of try to get cheeky with things here. I was planning on not defecting to trigger understrength bonus, but I kind of forgot, hey, you have to lose to get the +5 points. But it's not that huge of a deal. I ended up winning 69 to 28. I lost both my TIE Phantoms. Sharabe, who was already a veteran, was the only eligible veteran for a Biggest. My Whisper was able to veteran this game for me, which was very nice, since Whisper has 4 blue dice that aren't really modifiable. And then not only that, I was able to kill the CR90 for Biggest's CR90, which was pretty important for picking up, I guess, the points to win there, since an A-Wing and Sharabe are also 28 points combined with 2 TIE Phantoms. So that's how that broke down, 69 to 28 in favor of me. So I did get an extra experience though because of the understrength bonus, but that really wouldn't have mattered too much because I was going to get it. I never converted the Y-Wing, that's why I did that. So if I was able to kill both of them, I would have been able to get 3 experience, but Shara Bey did not die. She lived on 1 hull, as did the Y-Wing. I try to get cheeky with it, like I mentioned. But ultimately, it was a win, and so that's what matters. A win is a win is a win. So, we got skilled spacers. I ended up picking, since it was a green objective, a campaign objective, I was able to pick up a unique, which was Captain Jonas, and then I also chose a 3rd TIE Phantom to add to my fleet. Then finally, we had Biggest. He ended up taking Green Squadron to add to his fleet. So, good stuff there. So the map is quite imperial, and due to, you can spend the resources tokens to build bases, we built a base at Lothal, actually. So we had 2 resource tokens from last round, so we built it there. And then, we gained skilled spacers, resources, and where was the 3rd one? Kessel. Where's Kessel? Why can't I find Kessel? Oh, I did already mention Kessel. Resources, yeah. So we just had a butt ton of resources. We had diplomats from Aikido. Rebels chose the same thing as last time: skilled spacers, diplomats, and the spy net they had to take from Smuggler's Run. So really, overall, successful match, and we had a lot of experience expenditures. So the Rebels all leveled up in terms of their mastery. So Rax Dolast went to Master Navigator 2. Biggest Dickus went to Master Engineer 2. And then Tom Ulrund went to Master Gunner 2. So that was some big stuff there. Myself, I took Fighter Group Leader. So that used most of my experience. And then Tyrius took Ion Technician with all of his experience, and then Titus Tass takes Master Engineer 2. So he's the most abilitied out of us. He's already at tier 4, which, remember, we have expanded our tiers to tier 6 because, like I said, it's very easy to get to these abilities and just vary the builds a bit. So Ion Technician, Master Engineer 2 for Titus, and then Fire Group Leader and Master Navigator 1 for myself, and then Master Navigator 1 and Ion Technician for Tyrius, so that's the Imperial side, and then Master Navigator 2 for Rax Dolast, Master Engineer 2 for Biggest Dickus, and Master Gunner 2 for Tom Ulrund. Okay, so that's how things turned out at the end of Act 1, Round 2. So the Rebels will be assaulting next turn during Act 1, Round 3 with a score of 4-3. The Imperials hold the lead in the galaxy, or at the Outer Rim at the moment. So next round we are guaranteed a pivotal battle afterwards. So enjoy. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for new videos.